A presidential aspirant of the African Democratic Congress, Mr. Okeowo Olasubomi Desmond, has written a 5-page letter warning the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, about some of the challenges facing the economy of the country since the inauguration of the presidency in 2015. The 43-year-old business guru and chairman of 7411 Communication Limited, Mr. Okeowo, called on to President Buhari through Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to take a critical look at the economy and rescue the economy, as he pointed out that some of the dangers of the economy is daily leading to deaths of many Nigerians across the country. In a 5-page letter written to the Presidency on October 1st, 2018, Mr. Okeowo details some of the problems facing the economy and warned Mr. Osinbajo that if the Presidency does not look into some of the challenges of the economy, there is probability that a lot of people will die and posterity will not favor the regime. In the 5-page letter, Mr. Okeowo details some of the factors that is negating the prosperity of the Nigerian economy. He read thus: "It is with utmost pain and disappointment that I write to you today. As a concerned citizen of Nigeria and an ebullient son of the soil, that these are the most terrible times the country, Nigeria, has ever witnessed business-wise." Okeowo continued, "A time no new businesses are springing up, and a time other businesses are shutting down and leaving the country perpetually. Myself, Okeowo Olasubomi, a 43-year-old Nigerian, and my team at 7411 Communication Limited have a cumulative combined staff strength of 1,180 Nigerians from the eastern part of Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria, western and southern parts of the great nation. As of today, we are shutting down the business that promises so much and brings hope and joy to many families. Don't forget the overlying ripple effects this will have on individual families of staffs and members also. Many fathers have run out of Nigeria to Canada. The not so buoyant ones are in the Sahara Desert, now trekking and stowing away to slave again in Libya or Europe. Today, my young heart grieves as some of my staff members avoidably have lost their ones, which include newborn babies, wives, and aged parents, including parents who are still young, just because of the harsh business environment your government put us all through. A most terrible story happened when I found hard drugs, codeine and loud with my secretary. She had been going through depression and needed to stay high every time. This is a young lady of 39 years of age who had been consistently great in her career. Another young lady of about 33 who works in my employment walked up to me recently and sought my audience, which I promptly granted her. She confided in me she is HIV positive, and if she loses her job right now, as we propose to send everyone away, she will have no choice than to sleep with more men so as to make ends meet and maintain her house rent and feed. The story of this staff shot up my blood pressure as I imagine in myself how many of our young men, military men, policemen, civil servants, husbands are at further risk of contracting this disease in the near future if she makes good her threats. To let you know, sir, I came back to Nigeria from the comfort of a well-paying business in the United States of America to join force with many Nigerians seeking to impact positively in the country, to create more employment in our nation, boosting the confidence and living standard of our people. And just as many were settling down in countries abroad to start a new life, I choose to remain in my fatherland and move it forward with all I have gotten. I was once discouraged and dissuaded by older Nigerians living abroad, but I dared the odds and put all my eggs in one basket called Nigeria, which of course is my fatherland and the right thing to do. Today, when I look back at my mates that I left behind in the States, I am near regret that I took that decision to have come home in the first place. But this was not so under the Obasanjo-led regime. In the last 3 years of your administration, sir, I have been totally mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually distraught. And to be honest with you, Your Excellency, the same goes among men and women of my age cadre who are in active business across Nigeria. I have had to bury over 5 of my friends in the last 3 years of your administration. All 5 of them died of high blood pressure, cardiac arrest, and some strange form of stroke. These were young men who could not handle the situation your administration created. I have seen videos of women abandoning young children inside bushes in Nigeria and running away. I have seen couples divorcing daily due to lack of trust and adultery, simply caused by lack. I have seen men sleeping and not waking up in their cars, and I have read of cruel men touching people and their private part disappears. What is it that I have not seen just because people have to make money and survive? This is exactly why I voted you and Muhammadu Buhari, because you promised so much, and I joined with others across Nigeria to believe strongly in you in 2015. Security men in my offices have resorted to stealing and pilfering materials left behind. This born out of perpetual crazy hunger and need to take care of families I led them to start by giving them hope in the first place when I gave them the jobs. And the security of myself and family is no more guaranteed as I speak. But just because I abandoned ship, I've decided to let you know what your administration is solely responsible for. Your administration lacks humanitarian focus that holds greater social welfareism as its pillars. You neglected the core part of the nation economy, which is entrepreneurship, and you daily sing the song of curbing corruption at the detriment and continuous death of our people. Your administration lacks empathy and does not regard the strength of its youth. It is indeed a sad time for me as a Nigerian, and I'm sure I voiced the same for most of our people. Looking around me daily and considering the numbers of people I could employ and impact positively upon, they slave away in one dingy keke marwa, work hell shifts as pimps in nightclubs, riding out in an Uber car they got on hire purchase, or rather hanging on Allen Avenue in Ikeja, Lagos, prostituting. I say it is high time I rose up to challenge your administration and let heaven have it on record. I lend my voice against the evil happening to our people, which I cannot stand any longer. Not that I could stand it before, but at least I was able to contribute my own quota in employing people and mentoring them daily. This is what you are taking away from me as well. Dear Pastor Osinbajo, of note is that in the last 2 years, over 78% of the calls I receive on my mobile phone have been calls from able-bodied men and women asking me for 3,000 to 5,000 naira just to feed. This alone cripples my being and wrecks my innermost being. How did it get so bad in this nation? Mr. Okeowo asked. He continued, as I close, I must let you know the two most important legacies any administration or government can give to its people. It is prosperity and posterity. And your government have rather taken them both from me and millions of Nigerians. If only you have taken away money from circulation, jobs, good health, it could have been a bit hard. The most melancholic is that you took away hope. If I will remind you, dear Professor Osinbajo, my father and indeed many fathers paid dearly for you and your generation to go to school abroad and in Nigeria on government grants and scholarship. Today, none of these kids have been given same opportunity. Our girls have to do things against their wishes to buy clothes, menstrual pads, books, lecture manuals and food while in the university studying. Their parent pension have also been stolen by people in government. And the boys have resorted to internet fraud as a lifestyle. Yet we say we have the future leaders in them. Our girls are prostituting for 2,500 naira to feed. Our boys are into all manner of diabolical things just to buy used cars and live. My generation seem to have nothing they are living for. Neither can they hope in the future anymore. Hence the use of drug and aphrodisiacs. As you wound up your time in this focusless administration, I must warn you of the seeds you are sowing and what they will germinate into in the nearest future. The generation today is already regarded as the codeine generation. It is only a matter of time that it will become a cocaine generation, and I do not want to be a leader of such generation, hence my speaking out. It is noteworthy to let you know, while my mates were buying Mercedes-Benz and holidaying around the world, I developed a business that could employ 360,000 Nigerians. I built a credible database for the country and wiped out issues of quackery in our medical fields, legal fields, and such fields that are important to the existence of men. Not only did I develop the business mode and pay to the federal government in different ways for operational licenses, the same business rescued INEC out of the PVC collection mess in the election that brought you and Muhammadu Buhari into power in year of our Lord 2015. Ironically, the same government is about to ensure the same company dies. I wish we look inward as a Christian which we profess to be and find out in truth what the average Nigerian is going through today. If entrepreneurs like myself are focused, you won't need to be in Ibadan or any other city distributing 10,000 naira to human beings for trading. What destroyed those businesses is not that they were in lack of capital. It is that no one had money to purchase the wares being sold by the petty traders. I hope I have made myself clear to you, sir. Without fear or favor, and spoken the mind of many Nigerians, and I do hope you act rather fast just before it is too late. Yes, Okeowo Olasubomi, Presidential Aspirant, African Democratic Congress.